Good evening, YouTube. This is Kaylin Strain coming at you with my regular Sunday dinner. And tonight is for a menu that I am definitely excited about from what I have seen from the few others that have had this one. It should be pretty darn good. And I got a comment on my Facebook post where I post in a Ration group that that one other person who has had it has really liked it, so I'm looking forward to digging into it. I have a pot of water in the kitchen getting close to boiling, so because I will need a lot of water for this one. And when I open the box, you'll see why. This is menu 2, the Arizona chili with beans. Oops, sorry about that, I bumped the camera mount. This dish will come into play later. And I used it to prop up the box for the That's okay, Pete, you know, we're all human. But I have my foreign emery spork here. I have my foreign emery mug for one of the hot drinks. There are 2 hot drinks. And then this is the mug that I won from Will at Just in Time Prepping. And when you put hot water in it, it reveals a design. And I've showed this before. And I have my drinking jar for my cold drink. So let's see what we got in the box. This is an accessory pack, and I'll just lay that right here. A lot of goodies in here. Pilot bread, there are 2 of these round crackers in here. Chocolate covered sunflower seeds. If you have not tried these are awesome. So have Minotaur spicy snack mix. And dry roasted peanuts salted, so 3 snacks. But you can combine all of these into a single trail mix if you really wanted to. There is Aletha in the house, joining Pete. I'm going to go to the other side. This is the coffee pack, and I will open that up in a little bit later. The printing on this one kind of messed up, so this is the one that I will make up. But this is mixed berry drink mix. There are 2 of these, but I'm only going to mix up 1 for the drinking jar. Premium hot chocolate. And of course, the coffee will be going into the other mug. This one, the printing kind of, I guess they're running out of toner. But this is a cheese sauce mix. Got 2 jams here. This is cheese spread with jalapenos. Strawberry jam. This is instant white rice. So again, this will require water. This is an instruction sheet that goes along with these aqua tabs. There are 2 water purification tablets here. Of course, I won't be needing those, so I put those off to the side. 2 little candy pieces. And then the main event. This is the Arizona chili with beans. Now that everything is out of the box, I'll get the box out of here. Now I will open up the coffee pack. I have a bag off to the side, set aside for garbage. There is James Ortiz in the house. Thanks for dropping in. So inside the coffee pack shows you what it contains. SCM stands for sweetened condensed milk. It also says creamer spread. This little piece of cardboard that has 2 sticky tabs. Got 2 deep rich coffees, packet of creamer, and a packet of sugar. And that is it. This bag is gusseted. And if I was out in the field and I did not have a mug, what I would do with this, although I'm not going to do it for this because I'm going to be making the coffee in my mug, you peel these off, and then you stick it like this so you have a handle for drinking your coffee out of the bag. So that's what you would do with this, but obviously I'm not going to be doing that. Set that off to the side. Now I'm going to open up this accessory kit, show you what's in here. Got this long spoon, which will come in handy for stirring the chili. Another deep rich coffee. Salt and pepper. These are MRE Star branded. Some red pepper flake. Packet of sugar. Wet wipe. And a packet of creamer. And an MRE Star branded napkin. Oops. And use little Smarties. Giving you a close-up of these. Oh, focus, you idiot. It almost focused, but it's Smarties. They're sugar discs. You can see the different colors. I'm just going to move a few things aside so that I can have a little room here. See, on the back of these packets, like this one, like this is a cheese sauce mix, has instructions. 4 ounces of hot water, and shake for 30 seconds and let stand for 2 minutes. So these will be done in stages. Then the rice Printing is kind of light on this one, but this one also requires 4 ounces of water. And this one, let it stand for 8 minutes. And then on the chili, sorry about the shadows, it's just that the way my phone actually gets in the way of the light, and so does my phone mount, but this one requires 8 ounces of water. And you let it stand for 15 minutes. So I will be doing these in stages, so I'm actually going to, I forgot to get something, I'll be right back. I went and grabbed my foam bags that I got from the Chinese rations that had the ration heaters inside of these insulator bags, and I saved these, and I've encouraged others who have gotten these rations to save these bags because they do come in handy. So I am opening up the chili bag. Actually, this one didn't, there we go. For some reason it didn't want to tear properly, but I'm going to get this. Well, this one's not opening right, so I'm just going to cut it across the top. There we go. Oh, I can smell that chili. There, I put the chili bag inside of this, so when I get the hot water, I will already have it in here. I'll check the chat. I see the Dub C has joined. Thanks for dropping in. So again, I will be doing the chili first, and then I will probably mix up the coffee and the hot cocoa and the cold drink, and then I will do the rice. And I got a little something special I'm going to do with the rice, so because this is just plain rice, I'm going to have a little fun with it. So I'm going to get the pot and I'll be right back. I kind of poured it off camera because I didn't want to steam you all over. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, the chili is done. I'm gonna put the pot back in the kitchen so I can keep actually, I'll go ahead and open up a cup of coffees. I double up on the coffee. Now I am using both creamers. And I got the sugars. Now I have the hot chocolate. This is also in a gusseted bag, but I am going to do it in the mug. There's a cocoa mix. I will give that a stir. You can see the colors, the black start to fade on there. I'm going to put the kettle back in the kitchen to reheat up. Since it's cooled down since I got it to mix up the chili. The water isn't all the way up, but it is Will's new channel logo. So I will put that back there. I'm going to go ahead and mix the berry drink. Oh wow, that's blue. This stuff is blue. So this is going to turn out to be a blue drink. This is kind of the color of the ice drink that comes in the Canadian IMP. But I don't expect it to taste like that. There is Sunshine, thanks for dropping in. And Chris. I'm stirring up the mixed berry drink that comes in this Menu 2 Arizona chili. So I will put that there. Now I'm going to have a little fun with this rice. So there is the rice. Now, out of my kitchen, I grabbed some adobo. It's just a spice blend that is common in Latin cuisine. So I put a shake of that in. And I put it in another one of these insulated bags. There is P2E Prepping to Endure. So since the rice has to stand for 8 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and get the water back off the stove and pour it in here. And it will have the adobo flavor in there because I shook some in. So I'll be right back. I just did that off camera in order to just to keep the steam away from you. I'm just shaking the rice. I set that off to the side. I will check those as time goes on to see if I need to add a little bit more water. So this cheese sauce will be the last thing that I put water in. So in the meantime, I'm going to start opening up all of these other things. And that's where this little dish will come into play. I'm going to open up the spicy snack mix. Even these have a gusseted bottom, so it could be stood up. Looks like the sesame sticks, probably like little rice cracker type sticks, and peanuts. And corn nuts. I'm going to open up the peanuts. They're oh, that didn't want to open, so I'm just going to cheat. Get the cheaters. So these are just the roasted salted peanuts on the right, and you can see kind of the difference in the color. You know, the seasoning on the snack mix compared to the other peanuts. So I'm just going to put those here. I'm going to shift my tray back to the left so that everything is more in view. Now I'm going to open up these sunflower seeds. Someone had a question in another live stream about these, thinking that these are in the shell, but they're not. There is CR in the house, and Jay is here. Thanks for dropping in, you two. And some of these pouches are not ripping very well, so I have the cheaters out. These are the toasted sunflower kernels. See, they have the colors of the M&Ms. or the chocolate Smarties that come in sometimes in some British or Canadian rations. Now this cheese spread, I'm just dropping the cheese spread in the bag with the rice. See if some of that heat will warm that up. There is A-OK foraging and adventures in the house, who recently had a successful deer hunt. Below top of the cracker. This from the other side down here. But for those that have never seen pilot bread, it is a large, round, thick cracker. So this is one side. I'm going to go ahead and squeeze some of this jam on one of these. A nice dark brick red. Now I'm going to grab my third foam bag here, and I'm going to go ahead and do the cheese sauce. Definitely smells like the kind of cheese that you would get in a mac and cheese box. And these gusseted pouches really help out in making this. Although this one, it'll stand up just like that. I'm going to get the water and I'll be right back. Now because this is hot, I'm putting it inside the foam bag. Now I'm going to shake it for 30 seconds. I've folded it over a few times. And as you can tell by the sound, it's no longer sounding like a liquid. Now that stands for 2 minutes. Now I'm going to check the chili. See if I need to add any more water since I have the kettle here. Nope, I don't need to add any more water. It's got plenty of water in it. It's still quite loose, but I'm going to I'm just giving it a good stir. And I will let it sit for some more time. And this is that mixed berry drink that looks kind of like the ice sports drink from the Canadian IMP. I'm going to go ahead and take a taste of this. I can actually get a little bit more of a berry flavor. I actually like it better than the ice sports drink. I think it has just a little bit more of a berry flavor. Of course, if you wanted a little weaker, you could add a little bit more water. This bottle holds 9 ounces, so I left a little water in there. So if I wanted to dilute it a little bit, I could, but I'm not going to. And here is the coffee. I'm going to bring this snack mix into the center. I'm going to go ahead and give a try of it. I'll grab one piece of, this is the spicy snack mix. So this is what the pieces look like. Not a whole lot of spice. It's not a lot of heat, but there is a little bit there. It takes a few seconds for the heat to kick in. But now I'm getting that heat, but it doesn't overpower the flavor of the pieces. Well, it's just the salted peanuts, roasted and salted. See, they're a little bit lighter in color because they don't have that other seasoning on them. So these are good on their own. Oh, it looks like here was one of the sunflower seeds that missed some of the coating. It's supposed to get green, but it only got the green on one side. There is, for an MRE in the house, Art and possibly Nina. I just took a little tiny bite off of that. See the sunflower kernel in there. Maybe if it'll focus. But these are really good chocolate bonus. And that super chat, for those that have never seen a super chat before, that's a way for a viewer to donate to help support the channel. So I do thank Art and Nina. Well, I thank them both because they could both be watching, for dropping that super chat. Now I'm going to just put a little bit more of this jam on here. I'm going to take a taste of this strawberry jam on this pilot bread. Pretty fresh strawberry jam. And these pilot crackers, they're salted on one side. So they would be salted on this side, and this would be considered the top. But those are pretty good. Now I'm moving the snack mix off. I'm going to grab the rice. And I put the cheese packet in here, so I'll take that out. I'm going to check the rice. See, the rice is done. So I'm going to pour it out. I'll have to use the spoon to get the rest of it out. I want every bit of it out. I think Minotaur should add some adobo to their seasoning line. That would be good. So here is the rice. I can pick up the adobo. It's gone all through the rice because I put this adobo seasoning in there. I just wanted to have a little fun. I got the chili. I'm just giving it a mix before I pour it out because I want to make sure that everything is reconstituted. So it's a bit liquidy, but Make sure I get every bit out of here. Oop. Sorry, I keep bumping that dang foam out, but you gotta go with what you got. You can see the beans. See the other veggies in here. I'm just going to use the one pile of cracker for the jam. I'm going to go ahead and get the cheese sauce. I'm just letting it fall right in the middle. It kind of looks like that, you can see it looks like when you get the Velveeta shells and cheese, or some of the others that have the cheese pouches, you know, that it looks like that. I just got a little on my finger, just because I can. I dropped my water bottle. They're not going to mix this. Go for some of the beans. There's a bit of the rice in there too. The beans are still a bit firm, but not too hard. They're not mushy. There's definitely that chili kick. course, if I were to do this in a bowl, I could probably still do it. You just dip your cracker. Yeah, I see DeCarlos is in the house. Thanks for dropping in. I have to back through the chat because I haven't been looking at the chat. I'm sure you all been chatting to each other. But this is good. I can also just leave the cracker in there, let it absorb some of this sauce. Maybe flip it. I'll just poke a few more pieces in. Let them absorb the sauce. So, a loose chili like this is, I've grown up with putting crackers in pretty much all of my soups, including the chilies. Yep, that's the way to do it. Of course, I could heat it up some more. Since I have this cheese spread with jalapeno. Should have made that cheese hole a little bigger, but that's okay. Now I have the jalapeno cheese. Gonna mix that in. The cheese patch, the jalapeno cheese and the MRA cheeses, those are a little bit saltier. Of course, the jalapeno cheese spread is not quite as salty as the regular one, which I like because I think the regular one is just too salty for my liking. But adding that cheese definitely works. It's got a nice kick to it. The pieces of cracker are still a little crunchy. There is JW in the house. Or no, Jay in the house. Thanks for dropping in. Sorry about that. I saw Jay and everything JW, but no, it's Jay. Wow, that is quick thinking, Aletha. Definitely quick thinking. Obviously, she doesn't take no crap from anybody. I would have needed a really deep bowl for this, but this tray is holding it all. This old Tupperware tray from 1983. Well, I don't do beer pong for two reasons. Oops, sorry, bumped the camera and phone mount again. For one, I don't drink beer. And second, my accuracy would suck even if I was not drinking anything but, say, water or Pepsi. Yeah, I saw some one time last year in a thrift store, but I didn't buy them. I was after something else instead. But they are all over eBay. But if you like something like this, it's got a big area for a large amount of food. This is the way to go. And until I got my green tray, this is all I was using for my reviews. And I wanted this one specifically because I would be dumping a large amount of food in here. So this is, and you can find these in many colors. Drop the last few pieces of that cracker in here. Of course, I have one other tray that I've shown before that I haven't used. It was a pair that I bought at a thrift store, the same thrift store where I saw some of these. But I bought those 2 metal trays. I gave one to Willie. On YouTube, he's known as Steve Brahms, but everybody calls him Willie. So I gave him one after someone had given him some MREs. And so we were teasing him about putting a big old steak on it. I don't know if he has used that tray yet, or if he has eaten those MREs. Oh, let's see. Brian is. Sorry, I just saw your name, Brian. Thanks for dropping in. Welcome. First time I've seen you here. If you can't stick around, that's fine. You can always catch it on replay later. So I will grab the box and show you what I'm doing for those that have missed the beginning. Minotaur Trading Company came up with their own version of the Arctic field ration. So it's a similar concept to the Norwegian Arctic field ration, but with more stuff. This is menu 2, Arizona chili with beans. It does not have meat in it. That's okay. It really doesn't need it because it's good enough as is. But the flavor is really good. And adding the cheese sauce, the jalapeno cheese, and adding the adobo in the rice. Yep, this is definitely, I'm going to enjoy polishing off. I'm going to take a drink of the coffee. Yep, that's the way to do it. The 2 coffees, 2 creamers, 2 sugars. That's the way to go with that. This is a cocoa mix. Yep, that's a good cocoa mix. I would say it's maybe a little bit higher level than your Carnation or your Swiss Miss. It's a good cocoa mix, so I'll enjoy drinking that. Yep, I have done that before. But I wanted to do them separate this time. But I have done the Army Mocha before, where you combine the coffee and the cocoa and maybe adding the creamer or sugar. I do have another packet of coffee here, but I think I'm going to sit on that one. I'll save it for another time. Of course, if a Dub C had this one, you know what he would be doing. He would be throwing some of this in there. Oh, yes, they do, Pete. Those are killer. I love those. I definitely want to get some more of those. Oh, I guess I didn't see Puppy Breath slide in. Thanks for dropping in. It's good to see you back for another round. Just scrolling back through the chat. But yeah, those espresso beans, I think they're the best chocolate covered coffee beans I've had. I've gotten some from a local coffee shop here in town. But the ones that Minotaur has, I think they're a little bit better. Of course, this coffee shop, what they do is, if you get a certain type of coffee, what they will do is they will actually take a bean and just put it on the lid of your cup. Just a whole coffee bean and put it on the lid of your cup. So if you get a mocha, they'll put a chocolate covered coffee bean on the lid of your cup. Which is a nice touch. I like that. So yes, you can eat coffee beans unbrewed. You know, they have to be roasted, of course. Oh, yes, they are. And, you know, different beans will obviously have a different flavor. But like the Colombian or the Arabica, I haven't tried some of the African beans on their own, so I don't know what they're like, but I think they would be really good too. Now there is another new name. Dickie's Beer Reviews, welcome. Thanks for dropping in. I took the Arizona chili. I put it on top of the rice. The rice I flavored with some adobo, which is a Latin spice blend. Different companies make this. This one happens to be done by a company that's based here in Iowa called Tones. But Goya makes an adobo. You know, there are different companies that do adobos. So I put that in the rice before I put the water in. And I added the cheese sauce that I reconstituted with the water. And then I added the jalapeno cheese spread. And I put some of the pilot bread cracker in there. So I made this chili a bit loose so I could have it as like a dipping, you know, like you would do a soup. And then you put the rice in, that will absorb some of the liquid. The crackers absorb some. So this is a really good chili. Yeah, the adobo gives the rice a little bit of color. So without it, it would just be plain white rice. And of course, you add the cheese, that also gives it that color. Yeah, Sazon Goya. I have a couple of different flavors of that. Those are very good things you can add to your spice collection. And in fact, when we were doing meals at the mosque, some people would actually go get that, either from Walmart or La Tapatia or whatever grocery store, maybe Hy-Vee, and it would put a couple of packets in whatever they were making. But yeah, if you've never tried the Sasongoya, there are two versions. There's one in an orange packaging and one in an orange and yellow. So they're slightly different flavor profiles. Heater kicking on. So in case I have that behind me mounted in the wall. It's a window unit mounted in the wall. And it replaced the old air conditioner that died. Good thing it died before the derecho smacked Iowa in August. And I got that because it just was not keeping this place cool. So, as I've explained before, after my old air conditioner died, maintenance raided a vacant apartment, took this unit out that I'm now using because that apartment was being remodeled. And so they installed it here, and they told me that it has a heat function and it's programmable. And when you look in my videos where I had the power back after the derecho, it took about 3.5 days for me to get my power back. I showed the display on it that it was on, that it was working. So you get a glimpse of what my air conditioner / heater looks like. And they put foam insulation around the sides, whereas with my old one there was such a gap in that opening that I put a folded towel up there to keep any critters out, any bugs from getting in through there. And now that foam, I don't have to do that. So I can actually use that towel for its intended purpose. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I thought the birch that's right in front of my apartment would take a serious beating, but no. It held up very well. It was the sycamore behind, that's in the grass in between the mailboxes and the street that dropped some big branches. And the other sycamore, it's a west end of the property, also dropped some. And then the one kitty corner by some other apartments dropped more than what ours did, so that was a real mess. But a few hours after, there were guys out there with chainsaws cutting it up so that the street would be clear. But yeah, and then there's a piece of the sycamore branch that got blown into that birch, and it's still hanging in there. But it's too high for me to reach to pull down. So it just hangs there, looking weird. But occasionally I have picked up pieces of the birch bark that have fallen down. So I bring that in, add it to my supply of birch bark. Which is a very good fire starter, by the way. It has a flammable resin in it, sort of like fat wood in like pine and spruce and maybe some fir. But it burns really easily, so you can use it to help get your fire going. So if I see a piece on the ground on our property, I pick it up. And I've gotten a few decent sized pieces that way. I don't know, but I'll get my bark bag and I'll show you. Lots of little pieces, lots of branch curls. Some of it looks a little dirtier than others, but it's all of this is from the tree in front of my building that I've picked up. Yeah, I'll take a piece out so we don't have to deal with the reflection off the bag. So when you get it, when you look at a birch tree, at least this one, this is how it curls. When it peels, it starts to peel off, it curls. And you would scrape this. This is the kind where you scrape to get a little pile of the dust. And then this is what you light up, either using a match or a lighter or your ferro rod. And then all these small bits. See, like this, you can just crumple them up, put them in a pile, light them up, and then once you get that going, you put your smallest twigs on, and you just keep batting from there. Yep, you can use your lighter as a spark wheel. So if you have a piece of dryer lint, or you have some fuzzed up jute twine, or you have a cotton ball that is covered with either petroleum jelly, or say you've opened up a wax dipped cotton round or cotton square, and you kind of expose the inner fibers. You can hit that with the spark wheel or a dead lighter and light that up. So if your lighter goes dead, it's not completely dead as long as that wheel is still able to spark. Just took another drink of that mixed berry drink. And that's better tasting than the ice sports drink from the Canadian IMP, in my opinion. Well, thanks for dropping in, Sunshine. Hope everything gets on the up and up for you. Yeah, you've been through some serious crap, so just keep looking up and remember that you got people who got your back. Because you know you do. And remember, you got my snail mail address. And when you get to a good place, if there's anything that I can help you with that I can physically take care of from here, I would try to do it. I'm going to have a little fun. I'm going to do what WC would call a megabyte. I'm going to throw a couple of these in here, a couple of these in there. A corn nut. One piece of pistachio or pumpkin seed. Huh. How'd that get in there? So this would be a megabyte. It adds a little bit of spice to this. I think I've eaten all of the cracker bits that I put in there, but that's okay. Puts a little bit more crunch in there. Well, I could take one of these pieces of peanut. This is just a salted peanut. That would definitely take the place of peanut butter. Remember, there was no peanut butter in this ration, but that's okay. Yeah, that definitely works. Adds a little bit more, a little bit of crunch. So I may put some more of these in here, just for the sheer heck of it. I'm not adding the peanuts though, because I just don't feel like it. Seed kernel. See how you can see it's a little bit bigger than even the sunflower. Some of these pumpkin seed kernels can be like twice the size of some sunflower kernels. I just ate those two together. So a little bit of salty, a little bit of sweet. I found a couple more of those. I'm going to throw those pumpkin seed kernels in with my toasted, my chocolate covered sunflower seeds. And those are the last two. I only had two more of those. No, a wasabi pea is round like a regular garden pea or a chickpea. This is a pumpkin seed kernel. See, it's flat like a sunflower seed. Ooh. Sorry about that. Trying to get to stop shaking. Of course, these are candy coated, so they're a little plumper. But see, your normal sunflower kernel is flat like this. Get that sunflower seed out of there. Landed in my chili. But that's what a pumpkin seed kernel looks like out of the shell. Now here's a bigger one. Whereas a wasabi pea is round. So it's, if you had a peanut that was rounded instead of thick of a, it would be like this, but rounded like a regular pea or a chickpea. That's what, and then it's coated in that wasabi seasoning. So that is what a wasabi pea would be. So James, would these be pepitas or the pumpkin seed? Which one would be the pepitas? Would it be this or the pumpkin seed? Or the wasabi peas, with the Oh, okay. Yeah, I need to learn more Spanish food. You know, I don't know enough of that. I got books on Spanish medical terminology, but I need to learn more Spanish food vocabulary. I also have a home repair book that's in Spanish. Actually, I think that might be good if Minotaur did chocolate covered pumpkin seeds. I think those would be a hit. At least I would certainly eat them. I just want to keep going after this chili. Of course, if there was the freeze-dried beef, like ground beef or diced beef, or even chicken, that would be really good in here. I almost thought about grabbing one of my 2 pouches of chicken chunks and putting it in here, but I didn't. I got something unique in mind for at least one of those pouches. I got tortillas. I got 3 packs of the emery tortillas. Unfortunately, they're plain, not the chipotle. Those are really good, but if you've never had those, you got to try them. Sorry, I bumped the phone down again. And I also have another, what I would call, you could call it a pantry clean out recipe that I want to do. And thanks to someone telling me that I could go do something, I have another little item I can add to that. So I will do a video on that fairly soon. So those will be videos and not done live. And I usually just try to do that in one shot because the video editor I have on my phone that I use to splice segments together doesn't always render a good finished product that would successfully upload to YouTube. Sometimes it just doesn't get processed. YouTube can't process it, so I have to kill that. So maybe I'll have to delete that or uninstall that phone editor and try something else. If I have a couple of segments that I need to splice together, because that's the only editing I basically do. I don't do any transitions or fades or adding text or sticking pictures or mess with appearance or anything like that. I just splice. Squirting a little bit more of this jam on here. So next week, I will be going back to a USMRE. So I will go get the one that's next in line. Menu 12, spicy penne pasta. So vegetarian, so 2 vegetarians in a row. This is a Mariqual. And this is one of those that Aletha gave me from 2012. Okay, here we go. The date code 2165. Might not be able to see that, but so 2012. I don't know what menu 12 is now in current rotation. But I'm looking forward to trying that. Well, James, thanks for dropping in. I'll probably be closing this one out pretty soon anyway. And I'll finish all of this up, and then I'll clean up my mess. So I will finish all these things up, drink all my drinks, but jam I don't put on the cracker, I just suck out of the packet. Because just how I roll. So come back next week, 7 o'clock U.S. Central Time for 2012, menu 12. And who knows, maybe I might do a little something with that, just for the sheer heck of it. Because I am just now getting an idea in my old noggin. So, yep, I'm definitely going to go with that idea, but you'll have to come back to find out what I'm going to do. So, thanks all for watching. And again, thanks to Art and Nina from foreignmre.com for dropping that super chat. Go check out their site, foreignmre.com, where you can get this spork and this mug, plus stickers, magnets, and t-shirts. Ammo can gift boxes. They might still have some of their mystery boxes, and each one has a prize envelope. And I got the $50 one, so if anyone else is hoping for that $50 one, there's only one of those, and I got it. And I was floored. I was stoked to get that. And so, what did I do with that $50? I went and bought preps. I would have done the same even if I would have got a $5 bill. But more importantly, I got a bunch of goodies that I can have fun with. Because I love mystery boxes. And I'm hoping to get into some more of those in the near future. Because next year, I want to do some more ration mashups. And if I can get foreign stuff, all the better. Because that makes the mashups even more fun. So, come back next week, 7 p.m. U.S. Central. Thanks for watching, and catch you on the flip side.